Hi guys, it looks like the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris have learned nothing over the last number of years, as it seems that she wants to run for president once again. This is a mistake. Now, she was interviewed by Laura Kuenssberg on her Sunday show, and, well, it doesn't look very good. Have a listen.
You write that President Biden didn't raise his frailty with you, and you write that you didn't really raise it with him. That's extraordinary to read in your account.
Well, let's be more precise. What I spoke of in the book is that there is a very serious difference between capacity to be president of the United States and the capacity to run for president of the United States. And so it is on that latter piece that I talk about in the book, about my concern about his ability with the level of endurance, energy that it requires, especially running against now the current president. So that is what I speak of in the book. And you rightly point out that I, in reflection, realize that, and I ask, was it on my behalf grace or recklessness to not raise the point with him about whether it was right for him to run? But let's be clear, my question was never about his capacity to be president.
There's a lot of very well-respected reporting now in the United States that uses phrases like cover-up, that talks about widespread concerns. And you yourself say in the book, it shouldn't have been a choice for an individual's ego.
I do reflect on whether I should have had a conversation with him, urging him not to run for re-election because of what that would require, and given the stakes, most importantly. Because, as you know, I predicted just about everything that has now happened since the election.
And we'll come to that.
And so my concern, and especially on reflection, is should I have actually raised it? But as I've also written, part of the issue there was that it would it have actually been an effective and productive conversation, given what would otherwise appear to be my self-interest.
You were the vice president. You were supposed to instruct him. You were the second most important person in the party, I believe. So you had a particular amount of influence. You should have told Joe Biden it would be a mistake for you to run again. Joe Biden had actually said that he wasn't going to run for a second term, but then decided, I'm going to stick around anyway. The Democratic Party is a joke. They seem to think that it's business as usual. What we do is we try once with a failed candidate, then we'll try again with the same failed candidate. The Democratic establishment would love to have Kamala Harris run again because they think that she would actually win. Now, there's a chance that she could, but I keep saying this, and we can see it with when Joe Biden was in charge. The public were not happy with the Democrats. They were not happy with the status quo. So that's why Joe Biden's party lost. And she represented Joe Biden's party. In a sense, she represented Joe Biden because he had been in charge for so long. And people were not happy. People did not feel that their situation had improved. So what is she selling now? What is she hoping to sell in the future? More of the same? You need somebody new. You need somebody fresh. You need somebody who's able to connect with ordinary people. And I don't think she can. She's morphing into Hillary Clinton. Somebody disconnected from ordinary people. You'd be better off with somebody like Bernie Sanders or AOC. They actually speak the language of working class people, the people that you actually need to reach out to, the people who you used to represent. But you can appeal beyond them, the Democratic voters. You can appeal to independents. You can even appeal to Republicans if you talk their language. You talk about the cost of living crisis. You talk about jobs. You talk about how their public services are crumbling. Talk about healthcare. Talk about the issues that affect ordinary people and separate the politics out of it. Don't say, look, I'm a Democrat coming here to tell you how to vote as a Democrat. I'm here to listen to you, listen to your concerns, and provide solutions. Donald Trump is not about providing solutions. Donald Trump only cares about himself. He tricked people into voting for him. He told them he would make their lives better when he's already made them much worse. You as a Democrat need to point that out. And unfortunately, I think there are people within the Democratic Party who don't care about voters, don't care about policies, just want to be president. And like Hillary Clinton, I think Kamala Harris is one of those. So she would be a terrible candidate. She could win, but it would be relying on Donald Trump failing. But that's not what America needs, because as soon as she would be in power, she would go back to the old way of doing things, and this would usher in a new type of Trump. Or maybe even Trump again. If he lost office, he could come back in the future. You need to put in measures that improve the lives of ordinary people, then you'll be able to lock them in as voters. And I don't think the Democrats understand that. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think, and I'll see you in the next video.